teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at, I've saved it as Simpsons Live, but her Simpsons donut, I hear it was a rage. I've got Just Saying's cut down. Thank you again for your service, Just Saying. And I haven't watched the live Raw. I've watched a few minutes of this, but I haven't gone too far into it because I was up early this morning. We went out to a fabric store. Very excited. Don't have the skills to use fabric yet, but very excited and may have spent a little bit too much money. But we found some things very cheap that I can practice on, so I'm happy with that. I've also got an appointment at 5 o'clock this evening for my last session of my teeth whitening with my dentist, so I really just want to get this done. And I figured if I was reacting anyway, why not just do it cold? Okay, so let's get into the video.
So this is the packaging, and this is like a one-time treat. I'm not going to get these ever again.
Enormous. That is enormous. Sorry, I know we're stopping straight away, but because it's highlights, a lot of the empty air has just been cut out. I know she said that these come in like a cake box. When I tried to look it up online, all I was getting was the ones from Universal Studios, which were also enormous. But remember, a week ago, she was basically going to divorce because Salah didn't get her these donuts. That's the theory that I think holds the truest right now. Notice that Salah is not here to watch her do this. Apparently he's out.
Yeah, Simpsons donut, look at it. The Simpsons strawberry cheesecake donut, and there's a little pistachio donut in there. So this is their XL donut.
Enormous.
And this is the Troy McClure donut, okay? The strawberry.
It looks fine, but that's enormous.
Yeah, they're huge. It's like $8 a donut for the big ones. Then we have another one. I'm going to keep the boxes. They're so...
If they're huge, why are you buying multiples? It's not like you've never eaten them before. So you're sitting here intending to eat multiple of these donuts. So don't you tell me when you're like, oh yeah, we'll share it, we'll save it Salah. Salah is not there, and these things don't keep very well.
Cute. What? They got the kind wrong.
Death sentence.
I think they got the kind wrong. I ordered a Marge Simpson, but this is not the Marge Simpson. So they...
Does not look appetizing.
They messed it up, I think. I don't know what kind this is. It's orange and bumpy. And then we have the Nutella crunchy one, which is a...
Nutella crunch sounds delicious.
Edna Krabappel. They got it wrong, I think, but that's okay. Maybe they didn't have any of the Marge is so good. Should I complain? Okay, hold on a minute.
Of course she complained.
Hold on. Okay, I think they changed their Marge donut because the last time in the picture, it's like a citrus donut. It has like a piece of citrus on it.
She doesn't keep to this cheerful story in a second.
Anyways, so I'm gonna go get a knife. I guess there's gonna be people bitching and complaining that I'm eating pieces of these donuts, whatever. I don't care.
Hi, I'm bitching and complaining and she doesn't care. I was expecting that attitude, but if you don't care and it doesn't matter, which are two separate things, by the way, because it does matter to your health, why did you start by being like, oh, this is a treat, I'm not gonna get these again? You started by justifying yourself, so you obviously know what this is.
Like, whatever, it's a treat, so who cares? Just, I'm gonna do it and that's it.
Again, defiance, I'm not going to come in and grab the donut from her. She sounds very bratty 2-year-old right now. I'm going to do it and that's it. Right? We're not going to stop you, but don't expect us, given your recent history, don't expect us to not have an issue with it. It would be an unrealistic expectation. And when she said pieces of these donuts, seriously, if these had been good donuts at the end of this, she would have eaten them.
So the Mo is a pistachio donut.
I don't love pistachio.
It's very stale.
Then why are you still eating it? If I took a bite and I was like, oh, it's stale, I wouldn't take another bite, you know?
Very gross. Let's try a bite of this. Try this. What's it called?
I don't know.
Troy McClure.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of frosting.
It's not that fresh.
I wonder what time she ordered this. Does anyone know what time she went live? Because if it was right at the end of the day, I would understand these maybe not being the best. Like, unpopular opinion, I do agree that these donuts should have been fresh. Yeah, and I know Chantal will say it, so, you know, oh, I'm agreeing with her. No, if you order something and you spend money on it, I expect it to be a reasonable quality. I wouldn't have the reaction to it that she's gonna have to it, but... like, you shouldn't serve stale baked goods. But if they do, it sucks and it's disappointing. Not as disappointing as she makes it, but it's okay to just be like, that wasn't worth it, let's not eat it.
I'm complaining. I know. No, it's not my first time, but they sent one donut as the wrong donut. It's not the Marge Simpson donut. And when I got it before, it was pretty good, but it's like stale.
I should have checked the time she uploaded this. If it was middle of the night, you know, what are you expecting if it's been there since this morning?
What a disappointment. Why is everything stale? No more donuts.
Clip that, keep it. Again, if it's stale, it sucks. If you've wasted money, it sucks. But consider this divine intervention so that your organs don't shut down and just don't eat them.
And this one is not even the donut I ordered. That's my major complaint is, what is this donut even? It's orange and bumpy.
Go look at the menu, I don't know.
It's not the Marge Simpson donut. The boxes are cool.
She said, sorry, I missed it when I was doing it. She was like, oh, I'm going to keep the boxes. Dude, it's had a fried donut in it. It's going to have, like, food inside it. You're not going to, and icing and things. Like, why would you keep a dirty box? Like, yeah, it's cool, but take a picture, man.
Damn it. Okay, well, yeah, they're really stale. I don't know. They're not they're not that fresh.
Then stop.
But it's supposed to be a lemon donut with a citrus piece on it. Like, and the picture even shows that for the Marge Simpson donut. They sent me an orange bumpy donut. Anyway, okay, I'll be right back.
She's gonna call and complain.
I'm gonna tell them. Give me a few minutes. Anyway, I'll deal with it after. I'm not gonna. They're really.
She seems annoyed right now.
Dry. I don't know. And the orange bumpy one doesn't look too appetizing, quite honestly.
I'm gonna eat it anyway.
But I like the boxes. I mean, the cheesecake one doesn't taste horrible. Like, the cheesecake part tastes really good. Sometimes they take, like, if you complain, they want the food back, so I can't eat them.
I love how annoyed she is by that. If you complain, they want the food back. Now, remember, when she used to get Uber 3 times a day in Canada, she would eat, like, a large portion of the food and then be like, no, I want a refund because it's wrong. So even though I think in this case, she may have had, like, an argument for, hey, it was the wrong order, what have you, and an expectation that it be fixed is not wrong. I love that she can't just take advantage of the restaurant and be like, well, I'm going to eat this as well.
Get a refund. I don't know. I'll deal with that after. I don't know if I don't know what I'm going to do. But I don't really want to, I don't know. Okay, I'll be like, oops, we'll do better next time. No, I'm not ordering next time. You're like, it's not good donuts. Like, I tried complaining, but whatever. Nothing happened. Okay.
I didn't get free food.
Okay. This is like an orange and bumpy one.
Look, sorry, I know I'm on this. That box has orange icing on the side, not to mention the ring that will inevitably be under the donut. You're going to keep the box? Ew. This is not the thing to start your box mountain. There are cockroaches here. You will regret it.
It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be a citrus one, but maybe they just changed it and didn't update the picture on their website, on the site, because it's not the same one at all. And then they have a strawberry cheesecake one, which is the Troy McClure one. I didn't eat them, Jenna. Haven't you seen their full donuts? I had to try a bite to know it's not good. How am I supposed to know? Just like telekinetically know that they're not fresh?
She's pissed. Maybe, you know, someone wandering in from the chat is like, oh, maybe don't eat 3 giant donuts and you're going to get irritated at them?
The fuck? They're huge. Like, it's a novelty thing. Like, they're cool, but this time the quality's not that good.
Okay, which is a shame, but if it's a novelty, surely 1 would be a novelty.
Can I do a spin?
Right. I don't think that's what they meant, was it?
Okay. I got my trousers. Okay. Make sure nothing falls out. I can't do a 360 spin.
What?
Okay, Gee!
Did they not mean get up out of the chair? I'd assume they meant that, but I can't see the chat.
I can't, there's no room with all the couches in here.
Stand up.
Good efforts. I hit my toe for you. No kidding. I'm not getting rid of my couches. We're going to go seal on them soon.
Oh,
Whee!
something to look forward to.
Anyway, that was sucked. Okay, I'm going to try this citrus one, whatever. I'm not going to get a refund anyways. Let's try it.
Even though the others have been stale, it probably won't be good.
See, it's stale, the Edna. It is so hard. The bigger ones are less stale than the small ones. Why is it bumpy? Okay, let's find out. It's so stale.
Why are you eating it?
It's weird.
What is it?
I can't even eat it.
What is it? You're meant to be trying and describing. Sorry if my eyes have been weird. I've got my eyelashes. I've probably got a clump of mascara or something. They keep sticking together and it's irritating me.
And honestly, for me to not even be able to choke it down, it tastes like warehouse.
I don't know what that tastes like. But she has a point for her to not even be able to choke it down when she has been raging and tantruming about getting these donuts for a week now.
Next time, just make them.
I don't think she would do that. I probably wouldn't do that for donuts, so I don't think she would.
Cricket, why are you being so dramatic? It's a friggin' bite. I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to refund. Like, I would...
Sorry. I'll get into this in a second, but it's not a bite if you intended to eat them. The fact that they turned out to be bad is irrelevant to the plans you had. There's no way she would have saved them for him. She would have eaten all three, plus the little ones that were around it. She might have saved one of the ones she didn't like for him. But the intention was obviously for them to consume it at the very least. So the fact that it ended up being a bite isn't really the point here. When is that diabetic seminar, by the way? Because I've got a feeling they might have a problem with this.
I was trying to get help, and then I uploaded like a picture of the donut. It's wrong. I didn't even complain about the quality. It was the wrong donut. And then, I don't know, it's a confusing system, so I don't know. I'll deal with it later, maybe.
I don't think it was a confusing system. I haven't used the ordering app since I got here. I used to use them in Saudi, but then, to be honest, I never really asked for a refund, so maybe it is. But she has used takeout apps before. She knows how they work. So if she uploaded a picture, I'm guessing they just weren't as cooperative as she thought they were going to be, and she thought she'd get free stuff.
Like, jeez. Give it a rest. Like, I don't know, people see like, oh, a fat person with diabetes eating a piece of a donut. That'll come and friggin' be sanctimonious.
She's so angry because she wanted to eat a whole donut if she's going to get shit for it.
Like, give it a rest. Everyone in here makes bad choices. Yeah, and I'm not going to stop making bad choices.
Yep, I made bad choices, and I'm, like I said, I'm going to the dentist to finish my teeth whitening, so I'm going to be on a white diet again for another week. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not going to be eating bread this week or pasta this week. But there is a difference between being laid up in the ER because of your food choices, being on 5 sets of medication for diabetes and generally to prevent organ failure, refusing to book the educational seminars your doctor has referred you to, and eating giant donuts plus extras. They are on a different level of consideration. I may not eat perfectly. I also don't pass out when I'm in the pool for 3 minutes. I was able to go from the car to the fabric store today without wanting to die walking in.
So too bad. Get over it. They had like a 20% off deal, so it wasn't that bad, but I'm not going to cry if like I don't get any.
Famous last words.
If I can't get anything back for it, whatever. Hold on, I haven't scraped out the icing. Just wipe it off and then keep the boxes at least.
Just wipe off the sugary icing, keep the greasy box.
Simpsons.
She's not going to cry, but she'll make that
More
noise.
things to add to the hoard. I don't have a hoard.
She doesn't have a hoard yet.
I have a clean home. Especially compared to a lot of people.
This is the thing, she can never take a criticism as like, hey, based on how you used to live, it's entirely possible that you don't have a clean home now. She always either has to say, well, I could be worse and therefore I'm good, or well, you are worse and therefore shut up.
That's whatever. Think what you want. I don't care.
I will think what I want. You're the one who wouldn't let us in the kitchen because it was so filthy you didn't want to go in there. It's not like we've got no precedent for this.
We have a local... That's projection. That's what you would do, right? 450 pounds?
I don't know what
I can't believe in 2024 that adults still weight shame other adults, especially fat ones.
If it's like that's what you would do, I'm guessing 450 pounds suggested something healthy.
Other fat people. Shaming other fat people. It's so weird. Salah's with his friends. Thank you, anime sucks.
Not here to steal my donuts.
No, I can't even eat them. Like, you guys know. Okay, literally, you guys are messed up in the head. Like, how R-word do you have to be to think I'm going to eat this?
This, okay. The whole point of censoring that slur is because there's supposed to be a recognition that disability doesn't equal stupidity. And so when you use it to mean stupid, you're being insulting to the people living with a disability. So if you're just going to say R word while still using it with that intent, there was no point even censoring it. What are you doing? It's not like it's better. And she has been told multiple times about that. And she has doubled down on it. And the other day, she even, I can't remember what word she was using, but she was like, oh, I don't think that's allowed anymore. So it's like the R word, I should change my usage. And then she's here doing this.
Off camera, when I literally mukbang and eating entire pizza if I want to on camera. Well, I'm not like you reactors who send hate. I know who sent that super chat, probably.
You reactors who are all the same. You know what we react to? We react to your actions. That's what we react to. And yes, there are some people who fat shame her. I'm not going to sit here and pretend there aren't. But mostly I'm sitting here just marveling at the terrible choices she makes given her state of health. Now, is that related to her weight? Yes, because in these moments when she's like, I'm not just going to buy one of these donuts, I'm going to have a tantrum, threaten divorce, go on about it for a week, go into the pool and nearly pass out, and then sit in the gym in my wet clothes for 40 minutes? Because I can't handle the walk and the wait for the elevator. And then I'm gonna buy 3 of these donuts plus extras, whine and complain for this whole life and get obviously emotionally involved because the donuts don't end up tasting very good. And then I'm gonna bitch at you because you see that and have questions. I've said it before, but context means a lot.
I'm not ashamed of myself and my weight. Like, seriously, I at least can the fuck up, okay?
So do
I show
I.
my whole body.
Honey, you couldn't manage a curb before, be careful on there, okay? She does show her whole body, and I'm not pretending she doesn't, but if she wasn't self-conscious about it, and she doesn't have to be, I don't believe that just because you're heavy, you have to be self-conscious about your body. I want everyone to be happy in the skin they're in. But it's okay to recognize for your own health changes need to be made, especially in her case when she's had such health issues. And if she really weren't, I don't want to say ashamed, but if she weren't conscious of how she looked, she wouldn't put filters on 24/7. She is unrecognizable in some of these things. The skin smoothing, even if she doesn't shape her face too much, the skin smoothing is insane. And I have seen screenshots when I'm like, who the hell is this? If you compare her in the pool when it was low light and the filters couldn't work versus some of her mukbangs where her face is a completely different shape and color and she's glittering, that is when we look at that and go, you are not as confident as you're making out. There are some things she's done so much of she doesn't care about, but there are others where she's very, very insecure.
I show my whole body. I show my whole body. I show my whole body.
And if you break an ankle getting off there, it ain't gonna heal. Also, that outfit is quite strange. I know she has limited scope to buy off the rack, but again, go to a tailor, get some nice abayas, get some nice outfits. Yes, she's covered up, but there are ways for her to feel more confident in her clothes.
So when you do that on your couch, then you can send your $2 that you're gonna need for your crappy rental house.
Jesus, 1, stop shouting. 2, crappy rental. When did you buy the Palace of Poo? I didn't realize you had. She rents her apartment, and one of the reasons she can't go back to Canada is because she can't afford to live by herself and she doesn't have the credit rating to get approved for an apartment. So before you bitch out other people, let's just look at your own state of being, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wanted to eat that donut, I would eat it. I don't care what none of y'all think.
Y'all? So when people are Southern, they're inbred and dumb. I'm using her impression, not the truth. But when she wants to act like this, oh, y'all, I am absolutely sure she would eat that donut if she wanted to, because no one could stop her. You would lose a hand. It doesn't actually change any of the points I'm making. If anything, it makes them worse.
Okay? Thank you. Who cares? You can't fat shame me, I'm shameless.
You are shameless about certain things, but I have seen her feel shame a number of times. And as I say, using that many filters does not scream confidence.
Yeah, all 330 pounds of me. Or, okay, you know what? Let's say we're 450, just to make people happy.
I'm not happy or sad for her. I don't care how much she actually weighs, but she's the one who has to live in her body.
I already ruined my career many times. Why is Amberlynn's girlfriend a feeder, Juliana? Let me guess, because Amberlynn's fat?
Because she was proven to be a feeder and to have feeder content, and there were pictures of her going around sitting under various body parts of her ex-girlfriend. Like, I'm sure that was confirmed. I haven't actually watched the videos. I've seen a lot of it on Twitter because I know it's the tea in the community right now, but I've got to say the whole thing makes me very uncomfortable, and I've sort of tried to avoid it a little bit because I know it's exciting and I know she's very dull, so it's a big change, but
she's a feeder on a website? Oh.
I hadn't seen this part. Well, that shut her down pretty fast, didn't it?
Really? She's Nicole? She's a confirmed feeder? Oh. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat.
Well, you were the one who just made a big deal out of it. Oh, because she's fat? No, because she's a fucking feeder.
Hope she does. I don't know. What do you want me to say about that? It's not my business, honestly.
So why were you making the point to read it? What do you want to say about that? Nothing. You could just moved on.
If anyone loves it. Yeah, usually Amani, because usually if somebody loves a bigger person, they're a feeder, exactly. You know?
Yeah, defend it.
It's her life, yeah. I don't know. I don't really have much to say. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. Like, I'm so far behind on a lot of people's content that...
She's been very busy threatening divorce over donuts. She can't be expected to keep up.
Oh, really? More like sinks your boat. No, I float. I float in water.
She looked like she was going to drown last time she was in the pool.
Stomach smothering pig?
Ooh.
It was not her life to feed into the ground, really. Yeah. No, I'm not into feederism. I'm against it. So I know that sounds weird because people accuse us of that. But that's not the case at all. Actually, like literally, like this is personal and I shouldn't even be saying our business, but before I order or eat anything, Salah, like, you know, he acts like my dad. Like, this is not good for your diabetes. You shouldn't be eating this. And
oh, he acts like my dad. I think there's been something going on between her and Salah since her health worsened. I think he's maybe getting a little bit more vocal. I think he probably, because she gets very unpleasant, he probably recognizes that there's limited scope he has to change it. But he's been trying to push her more. Like, she seemed really unhappy in the pool, and I think if he hadn't pushed it, she wouldn't have gone at all. Which is why we suddenly had this emergency, I feel so ill. But I think we're going to see more friction about that as it goes on. Like, he should just book that appointment on her behalf and take her. Now, I don't think Salah is responsible for her. She is an adult, but I think she's going to get more pushback as this goes. Because even if he's there for, like, nefarious reasons, or for something very basic like profit, if she dies, he loses that. So in a general sense of, hey, I don't want the woman I'm living with to die, even if it is Foodie, I would understand why he'd be like, hey there, because she was in a really bad shape and it was a medical emergency and she was in the emergency room and in the hospital. So it's not like it isn't serious. He can't care more than she cares, but it's not like it wasn't serious. And I think it's been interesting the last few days to see him like come in and say, well, is this donut good for you? Is it good for your diabetes? Because she gets defensive and angry real quick. And it's a really easy way to trigger her because she doesn't like being told what to do and she doesn't want to hear it from him. So in a way, that's a little bit fun.
This and that, and you know, but I gotta do what I gotta do. But for some,
she doesn't have to do it, but she does it.
But to purposely be like funnel feeding someone to purposely want them to be fatter, in my opinion, is not love, because you're harming the person, right? So
I mean, by that argument, Salah could delete the delivery app off his phone and just be like, not doing it. You want the food? I'm not going to stop you getting the food, but go walk for it. I wonder how that would go.
No, Salah doesn't mind fat. He doesn't like thin. He likes plump, but he doesn't want me to be unhealthy because he loves me, right? He doesn't want me to be unhealthy, so.
It's funny, the pictures he was sharing with Kybella didn't seem to be of heavier people.
I still am responsible for my own actions. I still control what I put in my body. It's not up to anyone else, you know?
That's true, but again, in terms of enabling, if he deleted that app, it would not be a fun time to live with, but he could go out, eat what you want, but go get it yourself.
Does it bug you when he questions my food orders? Yeah, it does actually sometimes. Sometimes, I mean, I get it, so I don't like get mad. I just like...
She gets mad. She threatened divorce. She gets mad. But I bet she also gets really passive aggressive and kind of sulky about it.
I don't know. It's tricky. Like, I don't know what to say. Like I said, the situation is tricky. Like, for me, I'm not ever going to be the type of person to just eat super, super healthy food. Like, no, like, super clean. Like, no thanks. I don't want to.
I don't think he's asking her to eat super, super clean. I think he's asking her to not put 3 family-sized donuts in her face. And look where we are.
But I want to try to make little realistic changes in my everyday life, like, you know, that I can do and then build on that. Like, I can't start...
She's not making any of those changes. She's not making it. She's sitting here with, like, 3 giant donuts and multiple small ones. She's not making any changes.
Right away, just, like, all gung-ho, like, really super, like I said, boiled chicken, kale. Like, super just, I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I don't just order without telling him. Like, I never order food, like, just, you know.
Of course she tells him. It's on his phone.
Everything we do, we confer with each other. We don't just do things on our own. You know what I mean? Like,
when she says that, he does a fair amount on his own. He contacted Kybella on his own. Like, he's capable. He's got the car. He's got the language. He lives there. She is dependent on him to do things. So they have to confer when she wants to do things. And I think that's probably making her feel worse and making her feel more defensive, because there's an element where she has to explain herself and she hates doing that.
He wants to order something too. He'll like, I'm going to order this. What do you think? Should I order this? Do you want anything? Blah, 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 kind of thing, you know? We always like kind of agreed together what to order. You asked us to keep you on track. I think that's impossible because everyone has so many different opinions, genitalia, what on track and what healthy is.
Okay, who has the opinion that those donuts are healthy? Raise your hands in the chat. There are opinions over different types of diets. You know what would be a really good way to solve that? Go to your educational seminar and follow whatever they give you. That would be a really great way to do that. Tell the chat what you're following from your doctor, and then if you want support and to keep you on track, which you did request, then we can keep you on track with what you were given. But she doesn't actually want that.
We can't do it. But I will do some health updates once in a while, like weigh-ins and stuff. Like, I'm still, like, at the doctor's I was 166, now I'm 150. Actually, I'm 152. Like, I weighed myself a couple of days ago. I was 152 when I weighed myself at that time.
She was 166 the first time she went to the doctor, wasn't she? Didn't she claim to be like 150 something last time she was at the doctor? So she's hovering around there if we take the number to be true. But let's look at other steps. It's not about, especially with her body right now, it's not about the number on the scale. And I know she likes to bring this up like a shield. Doesn't matter what number on the scale you are. It doesn't, but your health does matter. When we bring up the number on the scale, it's in terms of the impact it's having on her health. What has she done to help her health? She's been scared into taking her medicine. We'll see if it stays consistent. She hasn't booked any of the follow-ups that her doctor asked her to book, and she's eating like this. So she's obviously not taking her health seriously, and her health is the issue here.
And then my blood sugars are usually don't go higher than, they're between 8 and 9, down from 25. So it's slow progress. It's, you know, it's something at least. Yeah. But to say I'll never have a donut, like I can at least have a bite, like a piece, like I cut a piece off, it's not realistic. It's not.
Okay, so control your sugars, get the doctor's diet in place, and then once a month, share a donut with Salah. That would be a reasonable look at this, saying, okay, I'm not going to give it all up completely, but in a limited time sense, I will share a portion. This is not a portion, this is a family size. You had different intentions for how today was going to go.
It's not healthy to say that, you know, like, I don't know. Before this dessert, I had some chicken, so I have protein in my system. Like, you know, there's ways to try to make it more responsible than just like...
I'm assuming, I haven't watched the mukbang that came after this, but I'm assuming if she went live, then the mukbang was filmed before this, so the chicken she had was actually a chicken and a hubcap of rice.
She's a serial killer with cereal. Oh my god.
What?
So I don't see, I'm out of the loop with all this, like actual feeder. What does Amber Lynn think about that?
Oh, it's Amber Lynn stuff.
Oh, she denies it's true? The proof is in the cereal. Oh, there's actual cereal? Well, I guess my opinion is I don't really have one, but I
don't know, you just said your opinion.
I hope she stays safe, and I hope it's not true. And I hope no Amber Lyns are harmed during this process, during this relationship. Honestly,
The last I heard, Amber Lynn had unfollowed her, and people were suspecting that we were going to have a fake breakup to try and get people off the scent.
I know you think, like, okay, you're a fat ass, you will eat everything. No, I don't like stale things. They gross me out. They taste like cupboard and warehouse. One time, they take the food back here. I'm not kidding. You can't keep it usually. One time we ordered pizza a while ago, and Salah got a pepperoni pizza, and I got a chicken and like veggie kind of pizza, whatever. They sent 2 pepperonis. So we complained that it was the wrong pizza, and then so they were making the right pizza and sending it, but they wanted us to give back the other pizza.
I imagine that discourages people abusing the system. Not that you would know anything about that.
So they might do that with this. I don't know. I took a bite out of it. I had to know if they were stale. I know. I don't know. Maybe they give it to some like the I don't.
If it was the wrong one, you could have not taken that bite. You know?
No. I don't know what they do with it. Little Caesars, when it's fresh, the crazy bread dipped in crazy sauce and ranch. OMG! There's nothing that beats that.
Never had Little Caesars.
Yes, I just brushed her today. I combed her today.
She does not look like she has been groomed at all.
I put a picture on my community tab, and she gets messy like this. I'm gonna clean up my living room a bit and get it ready to seal time, okay? You guys can watch me. I have so much more energy since
She says vitamins. I swear to God.
Since taking vitamins.
Oh, Jesus. Your sugars aren't tearing up your blood vessels anymore. That's why you've got more energy. Your sugars are no longer at 23. You are on medication to stop your organs from failing. But no, it's the vitamins.
I don't know why.
I love it. She's like, I've got so much more energy. Miss, you're literally fluffing pillows and I guess maybe moving a table.
See, now the sofas are nice and pillowy.
You rearranged
pillows. That's my seal area. I look skinny today? Ooh, I don't care.
I don't either.
Okay, I want shisha.
Another excellent health choice.
And 3-in-1. I like jumping on the couch. I have energy. I don't know where it comes from. I think just being on my meds and being on vitamins.
It's always the vitamins.
You know, I'm gonna go put the clothes on.
What a horrible choice she shares. Sorry, sometimes I say it, I know we know, but it's just like all the health problems she has. And like, even if we take the mental side of food consumption and say, okay, I understand why that's hard to fight. And I do understand that that's hard to fight. Smoking is a choice. At the beginning of this channel, she didn't smoke. As an adult, she made the decision to start smoking cigarettes again with her lung problems. Like, that was a choice she made that she just didn't need to make, that she continues to make. This live stream must have been so entertaining in real time.
So along with his third wife. I'm with your third wife now.
She's got no friggin' clue where Salah is. It doesn't matter what he told her. Like, he could be anywhere.
Yeah, number 3. Oh well, less work for me. No, I'm just joking. So, yeah, we're just beezing now. We talked about that. I don't know. I don't like Feederism. Kim K, I literally brush her every single day. Not every single day, I'm not gonna lie. But very often. And she doesn't have a single mat on her fur. Not one.
But she's still a mess. She still hasn't been spayed. We still don't know if she has had other routine things done. I'm guessing not. And she must be close to going into heat again soon. She looks bedraggled.
Hey, say
might be her natural way, but...
Say hi to the people. Oh, look, it's all soft. Not a single mat. This is her fupa.
Bite her.
What? You want to bite Mom? Her fur gets very... See, it's very long. So it gets messy quickly. Yes, baby girl. Yes, baby girl. She has a foop. What is a foopy foop? It's like a little saggy foop.
I don't
Is
think
it primordial couch? Is that what it's called?
Any room to...
Do you have any hand-colored clothes left? Mm-mm. Actually, I don't. What the heck?
She's got that headscarf, doesn't she?
I can't do belly dance. It's not modest. Do I ever miss not being modest? Honestly, Jean, I'm so used to this.
Would we have called the jumping on the couch modest?
That even to go... I couldn't imagine even going to put like anything out in the hall or even going out in the hall without my hijab. So no,
I will say that is something you do get used to. Like, I don't mind so much when I'm inside, but there are certain things now that feel a bit weird for me. Like for example, showing cleavage is not really a thing you do here at all. Like, you have to cover up. But then it means when I go home, even though it's perfectly acceptable, I don't feel comfortable doing it. So those kinds of things do rub off on you.
I don't really. I don't really. I don't mind. You can still dress cute modestly. I need to just like get into the style of things, you know?
Yeah.
I ordered some things from Temu. I hope they fit me.
Temu is going to be a very difficult fit for her. But she should literally just go and get tailored. I know I keep going on about it. I went to a fabric school today. I was just excited because my sewing machine. And literally some clothing, I think in what that fabric looks like that she's wearing there, that pattern fabric, it was 500 besa per meter. She could go and get some meters of that cloth. She could go and get some dresses tailored that would fit her, and she'd feel so much more comfortable.
And I'm showing myself at least. People have the nerve to friggin' send a two friggin' super chat and say, no more drama, please. No, that's not true. That's her go-to. They talk about my kid, and then she calls the cops. I said she should spend more time with her kid instead of every time getting on my ass like a flea every time I go live.
Maybe you should just not talk about people's kids. People's kids are not reacting to you. Maybe it just shouldn't be a topic of conversation.
I said, imagine raising a child, being responsible for the moral upbringing of a child, and you bully fat women online.
Dude, your mom was responsible for your moral upbringing. Sometimes things go wrong, yeah? Nobody's perfect as a mum. I don't know why she holds them to higher standards. But how we respond to this nonsense versus how you raise your children doesn't necessarily connect.
Imagine? No. So talking about parenting and talking about things like that, morals versus a child is different. Like I wouldn't ever say her kid's name or talk about her kid or talk bad about her kid. No, I would.
She has done that, hasn't she? I feel like she's done that. I'm feeling very gaslit.
Wouldn't do that. Like there's a difference, you know? But you guys know how I feel about all these people. I'm not going to go on and on about it.
You are going to go on about it. I do not believe for a second this is the last time we're going to hear about it ever.
You know? It's just fleas. And not even just like the parenting, because I don't know like how these people parent on a regular basis. I don't know their life, right? But
yeah. Doesn't stop you, but you don't know their life.
I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to imagine like my mom having a hate channel and like being involved in drama. Like, what kind of life do you have every time I go live? You're available to stream snipe and just be petty and like fat shame and
not everybody is. Like, I know when she says reactors, she actually means like the 3 reactors she hates most that day. But most of us have responsibilities outside of her. Don't get me wrong, we like money, it earns some money. But most of us balance lives with that, whereas the only thing Chantal does is this. Now, as she said before, YouTube is a valid job, so why she can't apply that to reactors, I'm not sure. But this is her only job, and this is what she does with it.
Be like a horrible person. Like, what kind of life do you have if you have time for that?
Okay, what kind of life do you have if you go live 3 times a day and do this while wearing your hijab and claiming to be a modest Muslim?
Ain't no one got time for that. Like, what?
You've got time for it.
Pretty much, it doesn't really affect my asthma because I don't do it every day. I do it once in a while. And
dude, smoking is going to impact your asthma. Like, let's just forget this.
I don't know if it's the vapor and there's like, you know, I don't know. There's not really additives like there are in cigarettes. It's just tobacco and flavor. So they all, yeah. So that's all I'm saying. But they turn that around into, you're talking about my kid.
Sometimes she is talking about people's kids. just as an FYI. Or the parents. Or she's setting her audience on like an old folks home. You know, stuff like that.
No, I'm not talking about your kid. No, I don't watch reactions.
The hell? You would not know the level of detail you know if you didn't watch reactions sometimes.
Gemini, the amount of care I give is 0.
This is a lot of rage for 0 care.
0 care. Like, everything that's already been said and out, like, from that person is already out a million times. So at this point, they're beating the dead horse. I don't care. Really, I don't care. We've moved on from it, and it happened to us. So what do we give a...
Oh, I'm assuming they're talking about Scamman.
Crap what these people say anymore. In any interview, no one cares. Like, I don't care. Whatever.
She was raging at Cabela the other day, wasn't she? Calling her a whore? She seems to care a lot.
You know, like... It was us, it involved us, and we've moved on, so, like, there's nothing that anyone...
It involved the entire internet, friend. And you can move on if you like, but you keep mentioning it, and if we choose not to move on, that's our choice too.
One can say, there's nothing anyone can do that will affect us in any way, so...
All right, let's see.
Milking it for the most amount you can get and over something so stupid.
Okay, but that's our choice. You want to be mad that you don't plan your content in such a way that you can make more off of it.
I've said my opinion on that douchebag to French fry frog face. I have nothing else to say. You know? Cucumber boats? No. The idea of putting lunch meat, which is already wet and slippery, into a vegetable that's wet and slippery grosses me right out in a way I can't even tell you.
She never had, like, lunch meat and a cucumber in a sandwich?
Put tuna fish in the cucumbers. She wants my attention. You want to show everybody your foopy foop? Okay.
No.
Show everybody your foopy foop.
Alright. A good rule for your channel. No one needs to see it on any living being. Why? Why do you need to show this off?
Foop. Where's your foopy foop? What are you doing with your foopy foop? Oh!
Chantal, what are you doing with your foopy foop right now? Because we can also see that.
Oh, you. Where's your foopy? Look at this girl. I want to go to Disney right now.
I want to see it. Go right now. I want to see it. You were going to travel in November?
So I literally just gave her comb time. I combed her, and she's messy again.
See, I take care of my cats. Look at her.
What's the point? So, this is Chicken Mandy.
Oh, this is her mukbang that I hadn't seen. Sorry, I didn't realize she had combined them.
And it's on a huge tray. They do
It's
it
on
for
a huge
presentation.
tray. It's a huge amount of rice. It's not like an empty
definitely
tray.
could share this meal. So, yeah.
Look at it. Okay, I've just been clicking through the mukbang. There's really nothing in it. There's a little bit of reframing of the narrative around how she responded to being kicked out of home. She claims it made her more responsible and something clicked in her and, you know, she had to take care of herself, and yet she went on to 2 bankruptcies, so clearly not that much responsibility. She has some different versions of how she did in school and stuff, but I'm not going to go into those minor lies. They really don't matter, and we spend enough time in her childhood as it is. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.